Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Sly. I'm here with D. Flo is here right now, man, but the guy went to go drink more beers. I kid you not. The guy couldn't wait a little bit, but he had to go to beer meal. But I'm here with D, man. The one game, D, that you don't go to at home and they get their asses kicked. Man, what do you think about this game? Absolute disaster. Jim Harbaugh was at that game. He must have been laughing his ass off, man, because, you know, what happened with that. But what do you think about this game, man?
Well, first off, like how you mentioned earlier, yes, I didn't go to the game. The games I'm probably missing are probably this one and either maybe the Chargers game. But other than that, I'll be all at the rest of the home games. And so far, when I've been at home, the teams have won it. And one time Flo's there and I'm not there, they freaking lose. But yeah, other than that, I didn't even hear any mention of Harbaugh. That's how bad this game was. It was just like, you guys remember that movie scene from The Replacement where Keanu Reeves is talking about quicksand? And he's talking about, you know, when everything starts going good and then all of a sudden you make a mistake and then another mistake happens and then you try to fight back, but no matter how much effort that you put in, you just keep sinking deeper and deeper into the sand. That's how I felt like with this game. Like everything was going good. And then once my boy Jimmy threw that pick in the end zone, it just quicksand, man. Like one thing bad happened and like it just kept happening over and over. And then the score was just getting further and further and the Chiefs are just running away, making fun of us in our home court. It's like embarrassing.
Oh, man. Defense couldn't stop a nosebleed. Let's be real, man. Absolutely ridiculous. D'Amico Ryan got destroyed by Andy Reid. Andy Reid made him his bitch, pretty much. It was that bad. Absolutely. He just put him to school. And then Kyle Shanahan, what can I say about him? Couldn't score in the end zone. Too many damn field goals. And then just stalling. Christian McCaffrey was great. I thought he was great for his first game. I thought that was a great pickup. But unfortunately, Kyle Shanahan, he is what he is, man. He's a below 500 coach. 4 games below 500.
Yeah.
Just absolutely ridiculous. I think we had one top 10 offense with this coach. And other than that, we've had pretty shitty offenses. And it's just, it keeps happening, man. Keeps happening. Kyle Shanahan cannot come back in the fourth quarter. I think we're 0-30 now after today, being down by 4 points.
Yeah.
So just horrible, man. Defense, absolutely horrible. Offense, not that good. Special teams, crappy. So this team right now doesn't look like no playoff team. Super Bowl contender, yeah, right, man.
Yeah.
So this is just bad, man. Honestly, if I'm Jed York, man, I'm praying Jim Harbaugh, come back, baby.
Yeah.
Come back. He's in the building right now. So just absolutely a joke, man. Charvarius Ward, poor guy, was getting toasted all game long. Ambry Thomas we couldn't stop Patrick Mahomes, man. I think we sacked him one time. He had all day to throw. Yep. It was absolutely horrible. A lot of people we know
that was one time coming off an injured Nick Bosa. He wasn't even 100%. Yeah. So that just goes to show, like, man, with this team, like, with the injury prone.
Yeah, and then we got more guys injured too after this game. Hufanga went out, came back. Drake Greenlaw didn't come back in the game. So many injuries again. So it's just one thing after another. Special teams still sucking, giving up that big run right in the third quarter, the first play. It just keeps happening over and over again. And Kyle Shanahan's supposed to be this genius boy wonder, and he's supposed to be the head coach and the offensive coordinator. He's not doing it, man. Andy Reid, you saw on the other side of the field. That's the real coach right there. Andy Reid, that guy's a real coach right there. He absolutely put Kyle Shanahan to shame again, 2 times. So we had all the stars out, 2012 team out there, Aldon Smith, Alex Smith, Bowman, Patrick Willis. And for this to happen, I'm dumbfounded right now. I really am just dumbfounded what happened. Embarrassing.
Yeah.
Embarrassing to say the least. Kyle Shanahan, to tell you the truth, his 6th year as our coach. He's been here for 6 years, and what has he done for us? What has he done for us? If we didn't win that game last year in that Week 18 was against the Rams, that we would have been to one playoff time in 2019. I don't know what to say, man. I just don't know what to say. I'm at loss for words.
Yeah, everything that is like pretty much how I feel. And if you guys heard this this pod like before, you know how I feel about Kyle Shanahan.
You called it. You called it right away, man.
Called it. I've like since the day we signed him, I've never been a fan of his. Like ever since like over like the careers with like the Redskins and like what really was the Super Bowl when he was with the Falcons, that was when I was like, you know what, this guy is just over his head and it's all about him. And with football, it's not like boxing. It's like, it's a team sport. Everyone has to be involved. And that's why I love like people like Jim Harbaugh, you know, even his brother's like that. And one person I want to also bring up is because I know like before I started talking about the game, I know like Jimmy G's getting a lot of heat. The defense getting a lot of heat, but it all starts with the head coach, and the head coach is what is like, he makes the quarterback. He's the one that does the play calling, and he's the one that prepares whoever your quarterback is. You have to give him the best game plan to succeed. And you've seen it like with Jim Harbaugh. When he had Alex Smith, I don't even think like even went to the playoffs before Jim Harbaugh.
No, nothing.
He was a game manager. He was horrible. Jim Harbaugh came, and then he turned him into a freaking playoff like game manager player. And then one other coach that I want to bring up, Pete Carroll. Look what he's doing with freaking Geno Smith, man. Are you telling me Geno Smith is better than Jimmy G? I don't think so, but the way that Pete Carroll, he gives them the perfect game plan, and they don't have a lot of weapons this year. They also have like a lot of like missing offensive weapons. They change running backs almost every year. Their defense is not as good as they used to be with the Legion of Boom. And so, but how's Geno Smith doing? It's because of Pete Carroll. It all starts with the head coach.
Yeah.
And so with this team, I know a lot of people like on the 49ers, they love Trey Lance. They want to see Trey Lance succeed. But Jimmy G does fit Shanahan's system because of Shanahan's big head ego, man. I'm telling you, like, when Trey Lance is healthy, which is why I wasn't up for like us picking Trey Lance, is because I know they're not going to mesh well with Shanahan. Shanahan, it's all about him, and it's not even about ugly winning. It's about looking pretty winning. You see fucking Jimmy G like throwing all these deep balls, and it's just like, dude, that's not who he is. He is not Aaron Rodgers out there. You need those quick screen passes. You need to get the run game going so that way it opens up. And especially with that offensive line, he's not like, one thing that pisses me off about Jimmy G is that he drops like back 10 yards, and it's just like, dude, and he's dropping back 10 yards is because he's looking for a big play. He's trying to make a play happen, and it's just, it all starts with the head coach again, like about getting his quarterback prepared to win this fucking football game.
Yeah. And
you saw like with we were gelling good. Jimmy G was throwing it fast. We got Christian McCaffrey in there. He looked very good. And then with Christian McCaffrey in there, it also opened up for Wilson. It didn't put a lot of pressure on Wilson. He also has some big runs. Kittle played a very solid game today. So we do have a good offensive like team. Like even though wasn't named Grant Cohn likes to shit on the offensive team, we do have a great offense, but it all starts with the head coach about getting the team prepared. And I just felt that with that interception with Jimmy G, it really like killed the momentum.
Everything changed. It's
like in any part of the sport, whether it's boxing, football, basketball, you know, with boxing, when you get that one punch, and football, like when you make that, like that key pass play, and basketball, when you hit that wide open three, in sports, there is a moment where it carries like an adrenaline for like the rhythm, you know? And you saw when Jimmy G threw that pick, the whole arena just like was like gasping for air.
Yeah.
And you saw moving forward after that, the team was just like, fuck, that totally killed the rhythm. And then the Chiefs would just went powerhouse into like the end zone. And it's just like, we weren't able to recover after that because the whole momentum shift.
Honestly, I don't think Jimmy's the answer. Honestly, I think he's not the answer. He's an average quarterback, maybe a little bit above average. He didn't play his best game. He didn't look good. Offensive line looked crappy. Mike McGlinchey, he's a revolving door, absolutely horrible. Even Trent Williams played bad. Gave up a sack, and then he got a few penalties. Absolutely horrible. But I was thinking in the back of my head, I'm like, I was thinking Jim Harbaugh. I was like, can Jim Harbaugh develop Trey Lance?
Yeah.
Just like he did Kaepernick, you know, because let's be real, man. Kaepernick isn't the greatest quarterback. When Jim Harbaugh left, Kaepernick, dude, was horrible. Yeah, absolutely horrible. So I'm thinking, back of my head, I'm thinking, can Jim Harbaugh do this with Trey Lance? And honestly, I would do it. I would do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
because I would be stoked again. Because we're not gonna do shit with Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan is not the answer. Jimmy Garoppolo certainly isn't the answer. But in the back of my head, that's what I was thinking, man. That gave me hope. I'm like, can Jim Harbaugh, with all these weapons we have, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey, right now we're like a 25th, 26th ranked offense. Can we do anything with Jim Harbaugh, with Trey Lance? That right there, to me, that gets exciting.
Yeah.
Because, dude, we ain't going to do nothing with no Kyle Shanahan. One playoff series other than last year, which they came down to the last game. So I don't trust this guy. 3 games below 500 in 6 years. That's unacceptable. Jed York, what the hell are you doing, man? Get rid of his ass. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it right now. You're right. You were right when you said at the beginning of the season, Kyle Shanahan, huge ego. We got to change. Go ahead.
Can't win. He had to win pretty. Can't win ugly. And
doesn't adjust. He can't adjust. No second half adjustments, man. Andy Reid just ate him up, man. He just ate him up. D'Amico Ryans had no answers. Kyle Shanahan, you're the coach. You're supposed to help the defensive coordinator if he's getting destroyed. You say you know defense as much as offense, and do it, man. Go ahead.
And then just to add on to like what you said, like and what I said earlier, like. It starts with the head coach. It starts with the leader. And one thing I do love about like Jim Harbaugh is that he gets everybody involved. You know, and you see it like in the locker room. He has everyone gather up. You know, like who's got it better than us. And it like with Shanahan, you've seen it like even though like again like how a lot of people don't like Jimmy G. When what game was it? Was it the before the Panthers game where he was like screaming at Shanahan, like, what the fuck play is that? Like, and then people were like, oh, like, did you say like what, you know, like what kind of plays are those? And like Jimmy's like, it's because like players like don't like believe in like what he's like saying. You see like all like everyone's in like a different like realm and different vibes.
He tears down his quarterbacks. He tears down his quarterbacks. And Jim Harbaugh, what would he do? He would always rise them up. Remember before the games, pump them up. He would get Alex Smith, boom, 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 get his chest going. Kaepernick, same thing, man. He made both of them look good. He made both these quarterbacks look good. So honestly, man, I would say, man, let's get Jim Harbaugh back. I don't care. I'm saying that. A lot of people get mad at whatever.
You saw with Kyle Shanahan. Remember when he had Brian Hoyer?
Yeah.
He sucks. He's got to make that throw. Yeah, definitely, that's his fault.
Yeah, it's his fault. Everything's always
just like, dude, like you're the fucking head coach, man. And then so that's why, like how you were saying that with like Jim Harbaugh, like he's able to get these quarterbacks that people don't believe him, but he could give them the perfect game plan, perfect game management, just to up and win. And man, it's just a shame because, like we've been saying, like we have a good offense, we have a good defense. We just need a leader.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of the defense. Probably they did get demoralized. It was their fault, like what they were doing. But I think when that interception happened, and our offense kind of staggered in the second half, I think our defense just kind of quit at the end.
Yeah,
you know, they quit, man. They were giving up wide ass open plays. It was bad, man. D'Amico Ryans. Honestly, I was hoping to get 2 third-round picks, comp picks for D'Amico Ryan next year because we thought he was gonna be a head coach after that performance. I don't know, man. I don't think he's going to be a head coach anytime soon because he was actually Andy Reid, man. He cooked him, man. Andy Reid cooked D'Amico Ryans and Kyle Shanahan too, man. Didn't do that second half adjustments, man. 0-30. 0-30 now. Kyle Shanahan is down by 4 points heading into the fourth quarter. So absolutely a joke, man.
He don't want it to be the Jim Harbaugh show, man. He wanted all these players, and he saw all these players, man. They did what they could. Like Jimmy Ward was playing with like a broken hand.
Yeah, and I don't even know if he was ready. I think they had him in bad positions because he was getting toasted.
Even Ward was coming off a groin, and Nick Bosa groin, Trent Williams ankle. But you see, like they want to be out there in the field. They want to give this like the home court because next week we're gonna be in the LA stadium. Even though there's a lot of 49er fans, it's still an away game. And
we have to. If we go 3-5, we'll be in the exact same position as last year. 3-5, and then we'll have to go on this crazy run again. So we need to win this game next week because this right here could be the season.
And this is the first winning team that we went against.
Exactly. This was the top 10 offense right here. This was the first time everyone's saying that we had one of the best defenses out there, and I thought so too. But we just got destroyed, man. I don't know. Hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers when Eric Armstead and Javon Kinlaw finally come back that they could help at least in the interior of the run game because even our what's his name, McKinnon was getting some big runs on us. They're getting some big runs on us too. So, oh man, I don't know.
And with Juju, like if Kinlaw was there, slants.
He was absolutely cute. They were killing us. And Al Shire, hopefully he could come back too. Greenlaw went out, so we weren't have our full strength, but still, we had a lot of our guys there, and we were just getting cooked by Patrick Mahomes.
Best player was our kicker.
It's true, man. Jeez. Man.
And then the Chiefs are saying they're like, the best player is a kicking 65 yards.
Exactly, man. So that's it, man. That's a post-game wrap, man. Flo, if you guys see Flo, let us know, man. He's drinking somewhere. He couldn't make it, man, because he was 5 minutes away, but he had to go to a beer mill, man. He had to take off. So it is what it is. But yeah, let us know what you guys think about the game, man. Make sure to like this video, comment, subscribe, and we'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.